So, hello and welcome. Good morning. My name is Lucas, and we're going to do a 55 minutes of vinyasa flow. We're going to do a uh, more gentler level one vinyasa. So, we're going to do a good number of warm up series on the ground before we come up to some standing poses, and then take it back to the mat for some restorative poses. So, I know it's getting pretty hot out there. So we're going to keep it cool today on the mat and work into gently increasing our flexibility with a nice warm up routine, a nice yoga breakfast here. So as always, we're going to start in some meditation. So I invite you to take a couple minutes to just find your seat here. Oh, and a couple other announcements. You're welcome to play music throughout the program. If you'd like to, feel free to use the chat. If there's any issues with the audio or video, please do put that in the chat as well. All right. So finding yourself on a cushion or a block, roll out your mat and begin to draw your attention inwards to your breath. Setting the points of your posture, gently drawing the shoulders back and sitting firmly and easily into your seat. Actively relaxing and bringing openness into the body, to the shoulders, into your core. And fluttering open the eyes, wiggling the fingers a bit, rolling the arms. Let's take some rolls with our shoulders. So roll the shoulders forward, up and forward and around. Tracing your range of motion here. And then switching directions, taking it up and back and down. And every time you do, align your spine. So when you roll your shoulders back, send that wave down your whole spine into your seat. Working on our posture here. And take a couple more. All right, and then take it to neutral. Take your left ear over to your left shoulder and soften the shoulders down. Just letting gravity gently take the head over. Then bring your head up to center and take your right ear over to your right shoulder and soften through the shoulders. Coming up to central, take your left hand to the mat. You can come up on fingers if your seat is up high. Reach your right hand straight up and then let the ear come over to the shoulder again, gently stretching the side body. Then hands down, left hand up high, right ear to right shoulder. Good, now take it to center with the hands on your knees. We're going to do seated cat-cow. So inhale, pull your chest forward. And exhale, press into the palms, hollow the body. Good, big breath in, bring the chest forward. And exhale, press it back for a seated cat. Good, and pull forward for a seated cow. Exhale. And inhale, bring the chest forward, raise your chin. exhale to a neutral spine. Let your head hang heavy in front of you. Just let the head hang. Begin to take the head from left to right. Gaze is down. And now trace a semicircle motion, drawing your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Whenever you bring your chin up to the shoulder, straighten through your spine, bring your chin parallel to the ground. And with the breath, let's inhale, raise it up. Exhaling through center. And inhaling to raise up. Let's do one more on each side, exhaling down and inhaling up. And with the exhale, and inhale. Good. Now take it to center. And let's remove whatever we're sitting on here. Hold on to your knees and come back down to the mat for a supine position. All right, so press your left foot down, reach your right foot up. Take your hands behind the thigh. Your head can be down here. And work on getting this leg straight and also comfortable. So a good bend in the knee is welcome. And point and flex your toes, stretching through the muscle on either side of the foot. And then take the ankle in some circles. Working with connecting to our feet, connecting to our ankles. Set some gratitude to your feet here for all the places that carry you and switching directions of that circle. Good. And switch feet. Right foot down, left foot to the sky. Take a opposite grip here of your hands behind the thigh and point and flex the toes here on your left foot. And then roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Get a nice even round circle going there and switch directions. Good. Now take the foot down. Now grab a block here. Take your block on its middle setting, okay, like a brick, and put it in between the thighs. Then with the knees stacked vertical of the hips, squeeze the block together, press your palms down. Here we're going to take the legs over 45 degrees over to the right, back to center, then 45 degrees over to the left. Really good stretch through those inside muscles of the thighs here, the flexors. Great through the core. And you can take this further than 45 degrees if you like, or less far. Okay, so make this your practice. Let's take this with the breath. Let's inhale to center, and exhale to one side. Inhaling to center, and exhale to the side. Good, continuing. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale to center, exhale over, inhale to center, and exhale over. All right, reach it up to the top, lower the feet down, remove that block. So we're going to take a dynamic movement through bridge. Press the feet down, raise the hips up. All right, this is the first step. Lower that down. And the second step is to bring the arms in. So inhale, take your arms up overhead, reaching long and back behind you. And then exhale, take the arms back by your side. Now both of those together. So inhale, press the hips up and reach the arms back up overhead. With the exhale, roll it down. Take the hands back by your side. Inhale, pressing the feet down to raise your hips up. Exhaling, roll down the spine. Good. Inhaling, press it up, reach up. Exhaling, take it down. Try to really coordinate these movements. Good. Let's do 4 more. Good. And for 2. And for 1. Press your hips up, reach the arms back. All right, now bring your knees into your chest, take hold of your shins, and rock from side to side, left to right, gently pulling the knees in, connecting with your mat, gentle self-massage of the back muscles here. And then take it to neutral and begin to rock back and forth. And use your core here rather than just your legs. So you start slow and gain momentum. And then we're going to rock up to a boat pose. Okay, without the feet touching down. And you can bring your palms face up, draw your chest up like there's a string pulling your chest up and forward. You can also take your hands behind your thighs, engage through your biceps here. And hold for 3 more breaths. Your shins can be as parallel to the ground as you like, or they can be straight. And now, let's pedal it out. So bend one knee, then straighten the other, and switch. And you can gaze over the knee that's bent. Bring a gentle twist as you do this. So when you bring that left knee in, gentle gaze to your left, to your right, and so on. Let's do a few more. Perfect. Now, cross your feet. Come back up to a seated pose. Inhale. And exhale, come forward to a tabletop. Start with the shoulders over top of the wrists, knees underneath of your hips. Spread your fingers wide here, get a nice sturdy foundation, and take some intuitive movements here. So take your hips from side to side, back and forth, round and round. Just take a couple more breaths to move through your body. Notice where your body is requesting some more movement this morning. And move through that. All right, come back to neutral. Tuck your toes here. And we're going to hover the knees just a few inches up off the mat. So press into the hands and hold here. Feel your fire begin to ignite. For 3. For 2. For 1. Lower your knees. Inhale, drop your belly. And exhale, round the spine for cat-cow. Good. Inhale, tailbone raises up, gaze forward. And exhale, tucking the chin, tucking the tail. Good. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Maybe you slide forward a bit. And exhale, round the shoulders, around the back. Press back a bit. Good. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, Halloween cat. And take a few more with your own breath. Getting a nice even round through the spine with each alternation. And now take it to neutral. Send your left foot long with the toes tucked. You can move your hands forward a bit. And then press your heel back. You got to really press the heel back to get that calf stretch. And then when you shift forward, you press down into the balls of your feet for a toe stretch. Okay, so we alternate the calf stretch and the toe stretch. And again, if your hands are a bit further forward, you'll have a bit more leverage for that press back here, working into the upper body, working into the shoulders as you press back into the resistance there in the foot. All right, and take the hands back into the shoulders, float the left foot high. All right, Reach your right hand out. Inhale, stretch them nice and far. And exhale with control, with balance, bring your elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, reach it out, gaze is down. And exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhale, 3. Take it out. Exhale, draw it in. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach. And then take it down. And sway your shoulders side to side. Now let's do the right foot. Take the right foot back here. Hands come forward a bit. Press your hips back here. Press that heel back. Get into the calf stretch. And shift it forward to the toe stretch. And alternate as feels good for you. Good, and float your right leg, reach your left hand out long. Gaze is down. Take another breath or two to just reach, gain length. And inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Perfect. Inhale, take it out. And exhale, bring it in. Good, let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bring it in. Good, take it out. And lower it down. And wag the hips from side to side. Good. Now we're going to rock to a supported side plank on our left. So take your right foot to the back of your mat. Your left foot can come off the mat in a little kickstand here. Press your hips forward so that your hip is vertical of your knee, as long as that feels good in your hip there, and then reach the arm up. Weight even in your hand, your knee, and your foot. And take this top arm and let's draw it in circles down to the ground, keeping the shoulders and hips stacked and circling it back up high. Good, and then switch directions. Reach it straight up, reach up high, reach, inhale. And exhale, coming back through tabletop. We're going to rock over to the other side. So right knee under your right hip, left foot to the back of the mat. One good variation here, if you've got some tight hips, if you want to put a block underneath of your hand, that's going to help you stack the hips and stack the shoulders. So find your alignment here, long from palm to palm. Take a couple deep breaths and begin to circle the hand down, keeping the shoulders stacked, tracing your range of motion, and switching directions. Good. Inhale, reach it up high, reach, inhale. And exhale, take it back through center. All right. Now, come down on the forearms here. Bring your arms forward a bit, and we're going to take grasshopper. So take your right leg up, get your heel high. Now, imagine that you could roll a cue ball down from your heel to the crown of your head. All right, inhale. And exhale, without bringing your knee to the mat, draw your knee into your midline. It's going to just graze, float above the top, and inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Good. Inhale, reach it back. Come back up onto your palms, straight arms, and step your right foot forward in between your hands. All right. Left hand to the mat, right hand to the sky. Low lunge twist. Option to straighten into the back leg. All right. Frame your feet. You can take your hands up to the thigh there. Lean the hips forward. Reach up and back. Soften the shoulders. Gaze up. Spread the fingers wide here. Opening up, welcoming the day, the sun up there. All right. Frame the foot. Straighten your back leg here. So we are in a low lunge here. And then take some low lunge pulses. So just pulse the hip down, light on the fingers and the toes. Then lower your back knee. Take your right knee back. Come onto your forearms again. All right, bring your elbows forward a little bit and reach the left leg up high. Again, find that image of you could roll a cue ball down from the heel to the crown of the head. Maybe something softer, maybe like a tennis ball. All right, inhale to reach. Exhale, bring the knee into the center line. Maybe it just touches the top of the mat without putting any weight into the mat. Then inhale, reach it back. Exhale, draw it forward. Inhale to the sky. Good. Exhale, bring it in. And inhale, reach it back. Come up onto your palms again, straight arms. And exhale, step the left foot up in between your hands. Frame the foot. Right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. Again, you can always place a block underneath that bottom hand. Come up off your hips a bit more. Good. Framing the foot. Take your hands to the thighs and reach them up. Gentle lean of the hips forward. Slight stretch of the hip flexor. With your balance and your control here, soften the shoulders. Gaze back. Good. And then frame your foot. Straighten through the back leg. And take some pulses with the hips again. Just quick pulses down. Good. And lower the back knee. Take both feet back here. And let's come to a puppy pose. So keeping the hips above the knees here, untucking the toes, and walking the hands forward. Come down to your chin or your forehead. Or you can put some pressure into the palms and the forearms to send your hips back and soften through the muscles of the spine. Letting your back soften and relax closer to the mat. For 3 breaths. Good. And walk your hands in. And come back to a neutral tabletop. Take a couple cat-cows to rinse all that out. And then walk your hands forward a bit. Shift your hips forward so that you are in a cobra pose with your shoulders stacked over top of your palms. All right? Now the tailbone is going to be a natural extension through the spine here, so no need to pop or tuck it. Inhale. And exhale, keep the hands, press the hips back here. Straighten through the arms. And inhale, again, shift forward to a cobra pose. Take that a couple more times. Exhale, pressing back, keeping a nice straight line from crown to tail. And inhale, coming forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. Tuck your toes and press up to a down dog. All right. Settle into a good down dog position here. Find your alignment, sending the energy here from your feet to your hips, from your hands to your hips. Okay? Work on getting those lines nice and straight. And then pedal out the knees. So alternate one knee, then the other. Bring those heels back to the mat as much as feels good for you. Maybe you pulse your chest to the thighs. All right, bend your knees, come up onto your toes, inhale, gaze forward, and then gracefully step the feet up to the top of the mat here. Come to a halfway lift and a fold. Good, roots rise, roll up the spine, sweep your arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Let's do that a few more times. So take the hands down, inhale, sweep them up, bring them together at the top. And exhale down the center. Good. Inhale, sweeping the big range of motion. And exhale down to the center. Now, take your feet a bit wider here. So we're going to do this through prayer squats. So, goddess stance, maybe a little bit closer. Okay, bring your palms together and sit low. And then when you straighten your legs, you sweep the arms out high, bring your hands together, and exhale into the prayer squat. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms. Exhale, palms together, sit back. Spine nice and straight. Good. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, sit into it. Good. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, sit a bit deeper. Good. For 2. And for 1, nice big sweep. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Now come back up to the top of the mat. All right. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, swan dive down to the mat. Good. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Roll up the spine, sweep it high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Let's do that. Another half sun salutation. So inhale, sweep the arms up high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Uttanasana. Find a flat back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Take a breath here. And exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, root to rise. Circle the arms up. And exhale the arms to your heart. Now, I want you to take a chair pose. But first, we're going to practice rocking back and forth from toe to heel. Okay? Bringing the arms into it. Arms forward when you're on your toes. Arms back when you're on your heels. And with your breath, inhale forward and exhale back for 3 more. Finding your coordination here. Finding your balance. Counterbalancing with the torso. Good. And go ahead and sweep the arms forward. Sit into a chair pose. Long line from the tips of your fingers to your tail. All right. Make sure you can see your big toes. Feet are nice and parallel. All right. Inhale. And exhale, find a halfway lift. Stick your hands to your shins. Nice flat back. We're going to take that with the breath. Ready? Inhale to a chair. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, chair. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale to a chair. Exhale, halfway lift. Okay, 1 more chair. Utkatasana. Here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. You can step your feet apart here. Slight bend in the knees. Maybe you take your hands to a block and really hang heavy. Let your head come well below your heart. Let your vertebrae begin to expand. Tilt your tailbone up. And bending into the knees as much as possible to let your torso hang here. All right, and take your hands down to the mat. Step the feet back to a plank pose. Find a nice solid plank. Spread your fingers wide. Grip through your finger knuckles. And breathe. For 2. For 1. And exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Take it down to the mat. All right, inhale. Peel the heart up. Peel the hands up. Peel the feet up. Feet are nice and parallel. Your gaze is just about a foot forward here. Good. For 2 more breaths. And then lower it down. Let's take this with the breath here. So this time, keep your feet down and your hands down. Inhale, slight pressure in the hands. Peel the chest up. Pull the chest forward and up. And exhale, take it down. 2 more breaths. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Press your hips down. Inhale, peel it up a bit higher. And exhale, take it down. Good. Now I want you to reach your arms out wide here. You reach them out long in a T. And then float the feet too. And rock from side to side, left to right. Well, I guess you actually don't need to float the feet here. In fact, try this with the feet down. because we want to rock on the abdomen here. So we want to get kind of a massage going from the abdomen while we are using the muscles of our back. All right, now float everything. Good. Reach your hands forward, stack your palms underneath your forehead, and let it all come down. And rock your heels from left to right. Take a couple more breaths. Keep rocking the heels. Feel that release in the lower back. All right, while we're down here, let's rock onto our left side here. So ear coming on top of the arm. You can take your right hand, just press into the mat. We're just going to float this right leg up here. Let's do 5 more. So float it up and float it up. Good. For 2. And for 1. And coming back through center. Gonna rock onto our right side. And same deal over here. Just press the left hand down, float the left leg up. Let's do about 5 more. Good. For 2. And for 1. Perfect. Good. Coming back to your belly, hands underneath of your shoulders, pressing back through tabletop. Let's press right to a down dog. Bend your knees a bit to get your back nice and flat, hugging the shoulders, hugging the chest towards the thighs, opening up through the armpits. Good. And sway the head gently from side to side. And bend the knees a bit more, and then straighten them. And bend the legs and straighten them, keeping the back nice and flat. Bend them and straighten them, and then come up onto your toes and step the feet forward. Good. Inhale to a halfway lift, and exhale to a fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms up. And exhale, take them to your heart. Sweep the arms, take a chair pose. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, halfway lift. Good. Inhale, chair. Exhale, halfway lift. Okay, 1 more chair. Big breath in. Come up onto your tippy toes. Inhale, sit deeper. And exhale, straighten your legs and fold. Take hold of opposite elbows or take Padagustasana and shake the head. No problem. And nod the head. Yes, please. Nod the head. Nod the torso. All right, take the hands down to the mat. Step the feet back. Down dog or vinyasa with me. Inhale. Exhale, hug your elbows in. Inhale, pull the chest forward and up. Exhale, press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Take your left foot to the center of the mat. Reach your right foot up. Bend the knees, stack the hip. Inhale, rotate it open. Exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of the mat here. And rise up to Warrior 1. Squaring the chest towards the front. And I want you to push through the left and the right hand. So left, reach it up, right, reach it up. So alternating. I did this exercise on July 4th, and we were pretending that our arms were Roman candles. So you're going to shoot fireworks out from the left, then the right, left, then the right. Pew, 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 pew. Good. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, open up to Warrior 2. Externally rotate that front thigh, knees tracking the same direction as your front middle toes. Expand through your arms and legs and breathe. Good. Shift forward for a side angle. To modify a side angle here, you can take your hand, wrap it around just above the knee. Just reach that left arm up. Get some length. Get tall. All right, and then coming back through Warrior 2. Now we're going to take a triangle here, drawing the front hip in, straightening through the leg, reaching and hinging forward. Nice long line from palm to palm. And then coming back through Warrior 2. Turn your front toes in, reach the arms up nice and high. And bring your thumbs together. Spread the fingers wide like you're drawing the arms apart, but your thumbs are keeping them together. Okay, and get really tall. Really lengthen through your spine. Inhale, and exhale, lean over to one direction. Good, inhale to center. I'm just switching directions so that I can see the camera. And then exhale, take it over to the other side. Good, inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale. And switch. Good, inhale. And switch. Awesome, take it up to center. Big breath in, reach up to prepare. And exhale, dive down in between the legs. Pressing into your toes, softening through the head, neck, and shoulders. And take your hands to your ankles or walk them further back towards the back of the mat. Take a few breaths here in this inversion. Good, then take your hands to the mat, walk them towards your front foot, turn your front foot forward. So your right foot is going to be forward, okay? Then step your right foot to meet your back foot in a plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, down dog or vinyasa. Move with your breath. Take it down. Inhale, pull your chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, press your hips back. Good, left side. Take your right foot to the center of the mat. Inhale your left foot up, bend the knee, rotate the hip open. Inhale, open up through the hips. Exhale, step it to the top, rise to warrior one. Good, front hip back, back hip forward. Point through your arms, point through your middle fingers. And again, we're going to shoot fireworks off with the left arm, then the right arm. Working through the left and right side of the body. All right, inhale to prepare. Exhale, open up to warrior two. We're rotating this back hip in, this front hip out. Then shift forward to a side angle here. Forearm can come to the thigh, or you can take that modified variation here with the hand on top of the knee, reaching up. Good. And coming through to warrior two, turn your front toes in here so your feet are parallel. Reach the arms up. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, hug your shoulder blades together. Gaze up, lean back. And exhale, hinge forward. Take your hands up overhead for the bind. You can always simply bend your elbows and take hold of opposite elbows behind your back. Good, and release your arms. Take them to your hips, come up halfway, and all the way to warrior two. Just realize we did not do triangle on this side. So straighten your front leg, reach and hinge forward, drawing the hip in. Long line from heel to heel. All right, from palm to palm, and then through your spine, and breathe. All right, coming back to warrior two. All right, we're going to take this back to the front of the mat a really fun way. So check me out. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reach it up, gaze up. And with the exhale, step your back foot up to meet your front foot in a fold. So again, inhale to prepare. And exhale, step the back foot up to the front foot, in fold to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, take your hands down, take your fingers or your knuckles down to the mat, and breathe. Good, and root to rise, roll up the spine, sweep your arms high. Hands to the heart. Now let's take a tree. So come up onto your right foot, nice and firm, and that foot, left foot to the ankle, calf, or thigh. Start with the hands at your heart. Find your balance, find your drishti, your gaze point, and then growing the branches. Expanding, extending through your shape. Maybe you take some wavy motions here in the breeze, working with your sense of balance. All right, inhale, reach it up and lower it down. Switch feet, ground into your left foot, send your roots down, and take the right foot up nice and high. Find your center point in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. And then extend your branches up. Good. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, take the foot down. Swan dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to a fold. Good. Inhale, roots rise, take it up high. And reach your hands forward. Come up onto your toes. Bend your knees and sit your hips back slowly. If you have any knee issues, just skip this and just sit down. It's going to be a little hard in the knees. We're going to take it down nice and slow. And take your knees out wide and gracefully sit back as you reach forward, coming onto the back. All right. Now, take your hands underneath your hips. Reach the legs up. A nice L shape going here. Take them to 60 degrees. Take them to 30 degrees. And to 60. And straight up. Good. Plant your feet flat. Press the feet down to raise your hips up. Interlace your hands underneath of you and roll over top of your arms for bridge pose for 3 breaths here. Pressing the belly up. Good. Release the arms, soften, roll down the spine. Knock your knees from left to right. Windshield wipers, nice and slowly. And point your knees straight up and take another bridge or a wheel, or if you want to go right into a supported bridge, you can put that block underneath of the sacrum. Okay, so press the feet down, interlace the hands, roll over top the arms, press your chest back and your belly up. Good, release the hands, soften the chest, and roll down the spine. Now, let's take a reclined pigeon here. Stick your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Interlace your hands behind the right leg and draw the legs into your torso. Feel that stretch along the outside of the hip. Good, and then lower it down and switch sides. And also switch the grip of your hands. Good, and then take both feet down. And take the knees up. And draw the knees in circles around your hips. So you can take the knees in one big circle, or you can draw them apart, drawing 2 circles next to each other. And switch directions. And draw the knees in. We're going to take supine twists. So take your knees over to your left side. Gaze is over your right, arms out wide in a T. Softening through the chest and the shoulders. Take some deep, full breaths here to expand through the abdomen. Take one more full breath in and long, slow exhale, which helps promote relaxation. So bring the knees back up to center, take a moment, draw them in, and then rock them over to the opposite side. Maybe you use a block or a cushion underneath or in between. And gaze over in the opposite direction and breathe. Expanding the lungs in 3 dimensions. And then one more inhale, exhale cycle. Bring your knees back in. Let's take a closing happy baby. Taking hold of the ankles or the soles of the feet and sway back and forth along the back. Then maybe you draw your feet apart, straighten one leg and then the other. Whatever feels good for you here. Take a couple more breaths in your happy baby. When you're ready, bringing your knees into your center. Hug them in, raise the head, raise the tail, inhale. And exhale, take everything down to the mat. Open up to Shavasana. Now, if you want to set the music or set the lights like I am about to do, go for it. We want this to be a comfortable, relaxing end to our practice. Good. And settling down here into stillness. So taking any movements, rocks or sways from side to side, to find yourself in the calm center. In the calm center of all things, in movement around you. Noticing the energy in your body from our practice beginning to relax. Tune into your muscles and the fascia, the connective tissue, and allow that all to soften and relax and really absorb the benefits of our practice. taking another minute or two to just observe your breath and continue to actively relax into Shavasana. And beginning to notice the sounds in your space. Notice the temperature of the room that you're in. Whatever else is in your experience, take a couple breaths with that. And as you do, wiggling the tips of the fingers and the toes into the palms and the ankles, arms and legs. And reach the arms up overhead, point through the fingers and the toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Take hold of the shins and sway from side to side. Then rocking over to one side. Take a breath. And press up into a seated pose. Taking a few more moments to notice the effects of our practice. Another moment to center ourselves before we go on out into our day. And let's share a breath in a namaste before we close. So exhale. Deep breath in. And side out. Let it go. Awesome. Bringing the hands to the heart. Thank you so much for tuning in, for breathing and moving with me this morning. Namaste. Have an awesome rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow. And then following the regularly scheduled programming. Thanks so much.